Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called 1-800-F-ME-UP. You're going to take half an ounce of Absolute Current, half an ounce of Grand Marnier, half an ounce of Chambord, a quarter ounce of Midori melon liqueur, a quarter ounce of Malibu coconut rum, a quarter ounce of amaretto, half an ounce of cranberry juice, and a quarter ounce of pineapple juice. Take all 50 of those ingredients, shake them up in a glass filled with ice, and strain and serve in whiskey sour glass.
That was so much ingredients.
I know, that's like a lot. That's like if you only have a little bit of stuff and you just pour it all in there.
Yeah.
And finish it out. You probably will be messed up because, like, there's only 2 juices in here. Everything else is alcohol. It's my kind of drink. Okay, guys. Well, welcome back to CockTales. Today we have a former guest, Tay, with us.
What's up? How y'all doing? Y'all good?
Hey, Tay.
What's up? How you been? You been good?
I'm good. I'm amazing. It's
that
the day
lip
after
gloss
Halloween.
Popping, though.
Is it popping?
What's popping? Your lip gloss?
My lip gloss
It
is
is.
popping?
It's shiny. I can see it.
It's popping.
I'm trying to bring lip gloss back in style because everybody be doing this matte stuff. Your lips be feeling like a Sahara desert. And I'm just like, I need some lip gloss. Look, y'all.
So,
you lit over there right now.
what you been up to since the last time you came and hung out with
The
us?
same thing working. it don't change the same thing.
Did you do anything for Halloween?
No, I was at work.
Oh, did you dress up at least?
No, I was like I want to say a black man from Atlanta.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You still got your costume on. Look at
Yep,
that.
I got it on at all times, 365.
So since we've already played a game with you, we're just going to talk about some stuff we saw in the news, in the world, whatever, before we get into today's topic. And I want to talk about Tyrese.
Oh, okay. What about? I need an update because so much has been happening and so many people are talking about him that I don't really know what's happening. Is he a bad parent or is he just...
He's in court about that. So the deal was somebody, I think it was his ex-wife, accused him of like abusing his daughter. And so
like sexually abusing her?
No, physically abusing her.
Beating her up or something like that.
Oh. Yeah.
Something.
Like, like you give a kid a spanking, that's one thing. But then some people get carried away. That's what she was saying was going on.
Like he was getting like Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So she wants a permanent restraining order to keep him away from the daughter, right? So he's like, this is my baby girl. Like, no, don't take her from me. He crying on Instagram and everything, y'all. Like, crying. And it's sad, but it's like, well, did you do it?
Did you do it?
Then he, like, had a helicopter flying banners over her school or a plane, all kind of extra stuff. And then he's mad at The Rock. Like, why are you mad at The Rock? Because he got a movie deal and he's going to take his movie deal to support his family and continue to be rich as hell. Like, Tyrese, you've got to get off of social media. Like, did y'all see any of that stuff?
You know I did. I think Tyrese really crazy. It's amazing
needs
that
some
a
help.
dark-skinned dude can act light-skinned like that.
What is...
Don't.
Okay, we're
Don't.
not even...
Don't do it? Okay.
Don't do it.
Okay.
I'm feeling some type of way about that.
Out of all the people, though, it's amazing that Tyrese is like the crazy one. Like all these people, whoever thought Tyrese was crazy.
Whoever thought?
I didn't
like
think
I
so.
love Baby
He was
Boy.
singing love songs.
Yeah, I'm
I
just...
like Baby Boy. It's like Baby Boy. And you crazy now.
And you're crazy.
Life
now.
can change so fast. It's amazing.
And this is like the year of like the celebrity downfall minus Cardi B. Like this was her year. But
She has had the best year ever. I just want her to like shake my hand, get some of that good stuff my way because she's winning.
Hey, what do you think about her ring?
I like her ring. I know. I sent Medina a picture of a girl who had a ring that was the pear-shaped diamond. Medina was like, And I think it's pretty. Cardi's ring is a lot. It's gaudy to me. It's like a lot. But if somebody gave me that ring, I'm going to be acting just like her. Every picture is going to be.
You could be happy as hell.
Yeah, I am.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I'm going to be mad because you don't even know what type of ring I like. I don't like rings shaped like that. So whoever asked me to marry them, it would either be like a stunt, a PR stunt, or something would be
happy.
No, but I'm happy for her. She seems. Did you see her Halloween costume? She was
Oh, yes.
Cruella DeVille.
Yes,
It was adorable.
I liked it.
That's 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah,
right?
she was super
yeah,
cute.
Yeah, I didn't even see the picture. I gotta check that out.
We should be villains next year.
Let's do it.
Okay, so today we're talking about guys and how we feel like good guys don't always finish last. It's the corny ones that finish last. And there is a big difference. Tay,
What?
do you think good guys finish last?
Yeah, you know why? Because the good guys are the corny guys to y'all.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like what's a good guy and well, you think they're the same. So what's corny?
I feel like a good guy. I don't know what y'all think corny is. I just feel like
I want to
corny-
know what you think corny is. Like you be like, "Oh, my friend really is a good guy. He stay getting screwed over."
Yeah,
I want to know if you ever been called corny.
Nah, I ain't know, because I feel like corny, being called corny means like you just falling for the same mistake over and over and over. You just corny. You getting played by a girl. Well, you getting played by a girl doing the same thing to you over and over and over. Then it's another girl do the same thing to you. Oh, that makes you corny. And girls pick up on that too. Like, damn, I could just run over him.
So that's what makes a dude corny to you if he gets run over all the time.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the good guys, I think I'm a good guy. But I wouldn't necessarily say I'm corny. Like, I really care about people and, like, listen to them and stuff like that. But they don't look at me as, Tay just my brother or my friend.
They
That's
don't.
it. I don't think they do. They might. I don't know. But it's like a brother friendship type of thing.
What's corny to you, Medina?
You know what? After reading that blog that was written about Russell Wilson, sorry y'all.
It's so easy to have that slip
Isn't
up.
it? And everyone was calling him corny, and I was like, what is corny to me? Like, I really don't know. Like, I know how to like describe scenarios where I've been like, you're just corny. And I have to admit, sometimes I have called the really nice guys corny, and it's something annoying that they just do, where it's just like, that is corny. Like, you're trying too hard. You're trying way too hard, and I can peep the stuff. And it's
it comes
corny.
off as desperate sometimes. I know exactly what you mean. I asked myself that. So I was going through my phone and I was like, who is everybody who I call corny? Sometimes I think that I'll call a guy corny if I feel like he's a nice guy, like you said, a good person, but we just don't connect. One guy in particular, I hate his laugh. I would definitely, when I think of corny, his picture pops up in my brain. Like, he laughs so weird, spit comes out, his jokes don't hit. You know why he's laughing all the time? He's not laughing at me, he's laughing at his own jokes. Corny guys love to laugh at their own jokes. It's almost like they have a routine that they do, and they do it over and over again with all these different girls. They don't worry about trying to actually establish a connection and figure out how we can match together instead of what you think you just need to put out there. And they just keep doing the stuff over and over again, and you have a formula that sucks, and that's why you're a cornball.
Do you let them know they're a cornball? Because I typically don't. I just disappear. Like, I'm just like,
You do?
No.
You gotta be truthful. That's the
You're
best way to do
ghost.
it.
I can't do it.
It's
I can't.
hard because they are nice people. It's like they didn't do anything to disrespect you. You know, they're nice people. And it's just like, this is what I tell them. And for anybody who's listening or watching, if I've told you this, you're corny. So this is your message. But I'll tell them, you know what? You are an amazing guy, and I bet you'll be great for somebody else.
That's so nice. I wanted to,
That's
when we
pretty nice, yeah.
when we decided we were going to do this episode, there's a guy that's always in my inbox asking if he can come on the show. He's corny. And I was like, Kiki, why don't we just have him come on? And then when he gets here, we're like, today's episode is Corny Dudes. Welcome.
That is
like,
mean.
Let him
You
speak up.
cannot
Let him
do
speak
that.
up for the
We'll
corny
see.
guys.
And then Kiki was like,
Let
okay.
him be the president of the
If
corny
we
guys.
invited you here and was like, Tay, I invited you because I think you're lame and you are a cornball, what better guy? You was like,
We don't
hold
think
up,
that
Kiki.
about Tay, though.
I thought we was
I'm
cool.
gonna come to your show and just voice my opinion respectfully.
You might. But the average guy
might
no.
shoot us.
Yeah.
Or something. Or he can just be in here and tearing up stuff that we can't pay for. And we don't.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking. Like, he's going to get mad. He's going to throw a fit and go outside and, like, vandalize stuff. Like, nobody
If
needs
you're
that
corny
drama.
and you know you're corny or somebody has called you corny, please, like, reach out to us.
Yeah, I want to know, like, why did they tell you you were corny? What did you do? And did you realize it?
But it's funny, though, because there's so many different branches to this corniness. Like, one time I went on a date with a guy, well, if you want to call it that. He invited me to his house, and he was like, I'm going to cook for you, and this is going to be, like, amazing. We pull up. It was, like, the hood, and I was like, oh, what's about to happen here? I go side. It's like he was trying so hard to impress me, and he had some wine, like some boxed wine, and he poured it in a plastic cup. And he like swirled, he was like, it was boxed wine. He was doing stuff that he didn't need to be doing, and I felt really bad. But I was like,
He swirled some box wine, some wine product is probably what it was.
In a plastic cup. He's like, this is how you get the hints.
He told you this. He didn't just do it. He gave you a wine tasting.
I can't
with
even
some
make this up. And he got the cheese. He cut the cheese on a plastic plate, and
That's
it was
funny.
It was so, and I left just like,
you got to give him an A for effort though.
He did try.
He tried, but you just would have
I
been
bet
better
it was
off
so
not.
funny.
You
not
know what?
trying.
I bet, Medina, I bet he thought you were like a little sedity and you was probably used to certain things. You know, people say that we're a little out of touch. And he was like, classy girls really like wine and they love cheese. Wine and cheese go together.
In a wine glass.
Let me pull out this Velveeta real quick and get my plastic cutlery.
That government real quick.
It was government cheese.
I give him an A for effort though.
Hey, look. Yep, he didn't hear from me no more.
Yeah.
That was just the wrong move, bro.
That is embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
Do guys ever call girls corny?
Yeah.
I know we call them lame all the time. but
Okay, so what would make a woman lame?
Please share.
Come on, I'm going to do it. If you don't do something I don't want you to do, I'm going to be like, man, that motherfucker lame as hell, man.
Like what, though?
It could be anything.
So
like,
y'all don't use. So it's not like a real reason to be calling her lame.
that's just the default. It's like some women just automatically get the lame default.
Like if they're prude, maybe?
That too. Like you acting sedity.
Lame.
That's lame.
You got morals. Lame.
Lame. You ain't fucking on first date. Well, she lame as hell. Well, but
What?
that's how it be.
That doesn't make. At least ours makes a little bit of sense.
But that's
Ours is
how
more
dudes
about
talk. I'm
personality.
trying to tell you, this is how they talk.
Wow.
They very vain.
I wonder if I've ever been called lame.
I'm
now.
really
Now
thinking
sitting
about
here
I
like,
bet I have.
I probably.
I know I've been called sedity.
Yeah, it's done been plenty of times. Y'all done went out with a dude. He thought he was about to get something, and y'all shut it down. And guess what he call you? Man, lame ass girl.
You better
Oh,
not.
cornball.
That's rude.
It's way worse than what I'm saying, but I'm trying to be nice.
Kiki,
Because we didn't have sex on the first date? Like,
Man,
what?
most dudes I know, they're, you know what I'm saying? You break their pride, like they like, oh, I'm a dude, I'm about to smash. I know this about to go down, but then it don't. It's gonna hurt your pride. It's gonna be like, oh.
that
why
is
that?
really crazy. and
But it's like that.
ridiculous. I'm so over men. I'm so
No,
over
you're
y'all.
not. No, you're not. You love us.
You about to go back home to
Yeah,
win
I'll
anyway.
tell you,
I
you
don't know
love
why
us.
she's saying
You
that.
love us.
I
Like,
mean, I'm tired of them, but I'm not over it. I'm not over it.
it's a pot for, you know what I'm saying? It's a pot for every lid. It's somebody out there for everybody.
This is
Cornball
true.
and all.
That's why I want a cornball to come on and really just express.
I don't been
I
called
feel
lame,
like
I guess,
people
too.
who are corny don't know it. That's why they're corny.
Really?
For the most part, you know, like, who's going to be like, oh, I'm corny and I'm okay with it? That's negative.
Yeah,
That's a negative.
That's funny, too, though. It's like, that's funny for some reason. You
It's
just
like,
corny.
I just picture Urkel. You know, they usually don't look like Urkel, but that's what I pick.
Even Urkel turned into Stefan, though.
Because he knew that being corny wasn't cool. He had to make that time machine, dressing machine
What
thing.
celebrities, male or female, do we think are corny? Everyone always says Drake, even though I still love
I
Drake.
don't think Drake is corny.
Everyone says it though, like that he's
People
corny.
do say that.
I can see him laughing at his own jokes. He trying to tell you a joke, and then he just like, what you think about that?
I think that's a lot of
They
like
put some money on the
famous
table or
people.
something.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good joke to me. Slide it on over, baby. What's wrong with that? Celebrity.
Will Smith. I'm gonna go ahead and say I think Will Smith is probably a corny.
Will Smith.
You know what's funny now that you say Will Smith, even though he's married to a black woman, a lot of times when I think a black guy is corny, I say to myself, I bet he dates white women. Do you ever think that? Sometimes I think that happens. I know some people, I think they're corny. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe we just have a different sense of humor and you need somebody who can appreciate that. I wonder. So now I'm thinking, Cuba Gooding Jr., I think he's corny.
You do?
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see it too.
Bow Wow. I see Bow Wow.
Oh, Bow Wow. He's a
he's-
cornball.
I can see him like, yeah, being a cornball.
Yeah, I could see him being like, I'm a little Bow Wow.
I can see him acting tough, but then as soon as you talk about breaking down, I can see him.
He's like
breaking
5
down.
feet tall. He should chill.
He's that short for real?
Well, not 5 feet, but he can't be more than 5'6", and I don't
Yeah.
care what the internet says. I saw him.
He
I'm
must be
sure
from
he's
Atlanta.
short.
He from Atlanta. He that short. There's a lot of short dudes in Atlanta.
One of my friends said that he's actually a nice guy, but I'm like, girl, I don't know if I trust you. She's like, no, he's sweet. He's not so corny. I was like, but you see it. We see it. Do you think a woman is corny? Who would you think is a lame celebrity?
A lame woman celebrity. Let me think.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mariah Carey?
No,
I don't think she's
I think
lame.
Mariah Carey a freak for some reason.
She probably
Really?
is.
Yeah,
Why do you think that?
because she could sing. Any girl who could sing know how to, do things. Yeah.
Never heard that correlation
Yeah.
before. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so back to Corny.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a lame celebrity woman. I can't think of none. I think all of them are quite, very intelligent women, quite sexy.
That's a good answer.
Quite
Yeah.
sexy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really think of. I really can't think of none.
Because really, when you think of corny, it's only dudes that can be corny.
Like, what's that? That's a white girl I think who's really corny. She was on a Disney show, but what's her
Taylor
name?
Swift. Oh, no, she
Not
wasn't.
Taylor Swift.
Even though
Miley
she's
Cyrus?
corny.
Miley Cyrus. I think she's really corny.
Really?
And
I
think
can
she
see
is.
that.
I think she just like really fake to me.
Yeah.
Nothing about her seems genuine.
Okay, so Russell Wilson.
Corny. He's
Why do you
corny.
think he's
See,
corny?
The blog that was written was talking about how a lot of black people call Russell corny, but it's really because you've grown up your whole life only seeing dysfunction.
No, I wouldn't say that. It's just certain things that he do and how he dressed. It just didn't give off
His
cornball.
dress is.
I
his
seen him with like
style.
a double XL Hawaiian shirt and some
Oh yeah, those
40
little khaki
whitewashed
shorts.
jeans or something. I'm like, whoa.
Okay, I do think he dresses corny, but like as a person, he just seems like he's a nice family man.
And for some reason, when black men act like that, people call it corny. We've all done it to the black guy. But when white guys come in like, hey, where are we going for dinner?
He just being
Susan?
white.
Yeah, but he's just
which
being...
I apparently still think is corny.
I think that Russell Wilson is just being a dad. He's like a dad.
Yeah, he definitely stole somebody's son.
He
Yeah.
didn't steal the son.
The son was available.
The son was pushed over to
right
him. Like,
here.
look,
he already had 50 other kids.
Right?
Like, I mean,
That's
chances
messed up,
are.
dog. That's messed up. That's just messed up.
It's weird though because Future is looked at like cool, and all the dudes are like, "Oh, Future, cool." Future's not taking care of his kids. That's corny to me. You're
Yeah,
not taking care
that's
of
not
your
cool.
babies. You're not taking care of. You're
Who
The
But he
people you
isn't, though.
created.
what I'm saying is like the presence of actually being there, and
Yeah.
Sierra has openly said that that's not what's going on. So financially, yeah, they're probably gonna want whatever they want, but Dad is probably gonna be Russ.
Yeah. Future got a lot of kids though.
That's
He
just
does. That's
why.
a lot of.
Some of the things the bad boys do is corny, but we like it.
Why
But
do
y'all
we
like
I
y'all
like
would
the
have
bad
sex
boys.
with Future if he approached you in that way, or say he wanted to date you or something. You would be like, hell yeah, it's Future.
He does look like his sex would be better. I'll be honest.
It would have to. I'm not gonna just be like, nah.
I wouldn't
And-
do it, but if I had to pick one, Future or Russell Wilson,
Well, it
I'm
was
gonna
just you and
take
him in the room. He
Future.
just
You're gonna
played
take
your-
Future?
just to have sex with. Just to have sex with, not keep him around. Just one night stand.
But what if you get pregnant?
Whew, I'm
Yeah,
in
you-
trouble,
you ugly,
boy.
man. It's all bad.
Don't think about the consequences. Think about the motion of the ocean, the feeling of him inside of you.
You say Future too, huh?
You say,
I'm gonna say Russell.
really?
Russell
Yeah.
with the Hawaiian dad
With
shirt.
the
I feel
Hawaiian
like
dad
that's more
shirt.
of like relationship sex. Russell,
Yeah.
we're just gonna have some fun. Future.
Molly
That's
But he
definitely
might be
true.
too on drugs to
Hey,
really
Molly
enjoy
Percocet.
himself and like make it work. I don't know. Why do we like the bad guys? At work today, I was talking to Tay and I was talking to some other guys, and they said that, a lot of guys try to stay away from being called a cornball and corny and lame and stuff, and they think that we only want assholes and they're the ones who win. And I'm like, I don't think they're the only ones who win, but in my book,
They
as I
get your
go
attention
back,
first.
it's like a challenge or something. I don't know. And you usually lose the challenge.
You
I
usually
don't
lose and you're
know
crying.
Yeah, calling your
Women
friends,
love
they
being
tired of listening to you.
intrigued. Y'all like, why is he like this? I want to save him for some reason. I want to fix him. I want to make sure he's not bad anymore. It intrigues y'all. Y'all want to fix people.
You know what it is? I don't want to fix them, but it does feel good when you think before they start messing up again that you have this guy who's not that nice to everybody else, but he treats you like a princess. So then that makes you feel special. That's what we like. That's what it is.
Is that what it is?
I
That's
think
what it is?
so.
Something
Because
intrigues y'all.
sometimes some bad guys are good in relationships. They're just bad guys.
Yeah.
And they find that person that they're a good match for, and it all works out, and you do feel special. So it's kind of like we're chasing that. And who wants to chase?
And sometimes the
cornball?
bad guys, they just have the best D. I know that is what has happened in my life. And I'm just like, I know you're not good for
They have a
me.
lot
and
more
I know if I get
experience.
pregnant, you're going to leave. I'm still going to do it.
Yeah.
Is that serious?
Sometimes, not
Yeah.
anymore, but like, I mean, I've learned my lessons.
It is
but
that serious.
It was like that.
If
at one
I'm
point.
going to, like the meme we posted, I'm under body count management right now, and so I can't just be taking L's,
Yeah.
and L's. So it's like when I'm looking at the Future or the Russell Wilson, which one am I gonna go for? I'm gonna go for Future over here. Might get pregnant, might have a fatherless child, might catch something. But I know it sounds so bad. But
dog.
in the moment, it's just like, but you
So
know what?
bad. Oh
Today,
my
that
God.
stress is about to be knocked out, and I'm gonna feel all
So
right.
all that one night is worth all that stress.
I mean, not for real, but I'm just saying. This is just an example. I'm not fucking Future, and I don't want to be with nobody
Language,
else like
Kiki.
that. I know. I thought about it after I said it. I just have a hard time. You guys were
you keep
trying to
cussing,
do
Kiki,
better.
you gonna open up something. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, okay. I'm
Don't do
sorry.
it.
I'm
Don't
sorry,
do it.
guys. We're trying to. We were told we're a little raunchy and nasty girls, so we're just trying to clean it up a bit. It's
Yeah.
hard. Please pray for me.
Please,
We got you. You know I got
Lord.
you. You know I fool with you.
So, do you feel like guys like bad girls too?
No.
They
I
like
feel like
crazy
they like
girls.
good, homely
And
women.
you know how you said bad girls had bad dudes had a 5D and crazy girls got that fire. You be like, but Shawty got that fire.
And you're just willing to put up with the craziness.
Yeah,
Crazy
you'll
like
deal with
what?
it. You know what I mean? Like you might nag or you just come out of nowhere and you just cut the game off. You ain't help me with the dishes all day. You just come out of everywhere just going crazy in front of everybody too. And you just like, damn, boy, that shit
You know your
sexy,
friends
though.
over there playing
It's,
the game.
so you're in the moment. You're
Sometimes-
looking like this is sexy.
Yeah, sometimes like,
you gotta act
like-
mad in front of your
just like-
friends.
Yeah, just like a dude. You see a dude punch something or something, you like, that anger kind of got me a little.
Ooh. Sometimes I'm like,
yeah, sometimes it's
Are you gonna
scary.
be-
Like,
It's scary?
is this
Okay,
gonna
well.
be me? Not all the
Nah.
time. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
It's like, I
like-
like a little aggression. That's another thing I like from the bad guys. They're more aggressive. They know how to be assertive. They're not shy about asking for what they want. Well, not even asking, really just telling you
taking
what
it.
you gonna
Taking
do.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
taking it.
I know about the taking it. Yeah.
that neck throat grab, and you're just like, oh,
Oh,
my gosh,
oh
like
my God.
I will
Slam
do
me up against a
whatever
wall real quick.
you would like for me to do right now. Like, why are bad guys so great?
I don't know. It's in their DNA. Or like when they stare at you and their brow gets a little furrowed, and it's like, you look really mad, but I'm liking this. So.
And you know they've been to jail a couple times.
Whoa.
And you're just, no, not that one.
You got a jail bait.
Not going that deep into it.
Got a jail bait. It's
You
cool.
know, Tay, when I used to date, it was just like there were so many different shades of men that I was dating. Shades meaning like the life that they were in, drug dealers.
There's nothing wrong with being way around it.
Yeah, you know, I learned a little bit from each of them.
That's how you
The
gotta
drug
look at it.
dealers are scary to me. I had a phase. I enjoyed that. It ended with him going to jail. And he called me to help
how it
bail him
normally
out.
So
And I
y'all
was like,
drug dealer
whoa.
phase. Okay.
Yeah, he was just like a hood dude. And I was really, like, that was a ultimate bad boy to me. But then he was like, oh, I had a pistol in the car. I got that felony. And
And then it's funny because when it gets to that point,
Yeah.
if you're really
I
not
need
that
you
type
to
of girl,
take
you're
this
like,
charge
hey,
for
I'm
me.
leaving.
Yeah.
That's what it turned out
It
to. I
ain't-
need to take this charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Now that you said that, he didn't ask me to take the charge, but he was like, I just really
You're
need
going to
somebody
take the
else
charge.
to take the charge because, and I was like, oh man, I hope you got somebody that owes you a major favor.
Yeah, I seen
Yeah.
this
Like,
happen.
yeah, I need somebody who's clean, and I was like, oh.
Won't go to jail for the deed.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the prayer list,
I seen
and
it
we're just
happen.
gonna hope for the best. No jail.
No.
So dope dealer phase. So the phase that I think I'm seeing in Atlanta right now, girls are messing with the Africans. The girls are
Oh,
really
you know what that's
messing with
about.
the
That's about
Africans
the
right
paper.
now. That's what the paper is. Okay. say
Yeah,
no more.
that's what it
I
is.
just wanted to know what it
Is
was.
that what's happening?
That's what it seemed like to me, and what I've been seeing in the type of field that we work in. the
That is
Africans-
true.
Are they like super duper African?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when they wear those what is it called? Like a
dashiki?
caftan,
Oh.
basically, to the club and stuff.
Oh,
and it's not a
wow.
costume. Like you know what I'm talking about, right?
I do.
Yeah, they be wear yeah.
The
Or
Africans.
they have the red bottom sneakers with the studs and glitter all over
Yeah.
it. That's another
The
item
Africans
that
are
they
winning
wear.
right now.
Freaking
They are
do you
want-
lots of
winning right
jewelry.
now.
Do you want to go to Amara tonight? And you're like,
It's
okay,
not
here
gonna
we
be,
go, girl. Me
but
and
it's
all
not
my
gonna be
girls
do
is
you
coming.
want to. We're going to Aroma tonight. That's what it's gonna
Exactly.
be.
Kiki
We're
know.
going. Yeah, I had
That's
that
the same
phase.
stories I be
And
hearing.
you know what? It was fun. Made some good friends.
See?
Once again, ended up in jail. So, but you're not asking me to do anything. But you want to call me sometimes. I don't have to pay for the call. Cool. call me.
Africans are winning.
Y'all keep winning.
I'm trying to figure out what phase I'm in because I do think I go through phases of
I'm in the
dating.
stripper
I feel
phase
like
right
I'm
now.
in the corny phase, the stripper phase.
Yeah, stripper phase is just.
We just had some strippers in here, and we did an
did.
episode about.
I don't know what
strippers.
it is with me and strippers, man. We just got this thing that we got worked out. It just.
Would
Would you
What is it?
seriously date them?
I don't date them now.
I didn't think so.
But
Smash,
Would
we'll
you?
smash from time to time.
yeah, I would date a stripper. It's just insecurity wise, can I deal with that? You know what I'm
Like
saying?
being out, and she's like,
yeah,
"Oh,
like she gonna be out all night with all the top dudes, everybody. Can you deal with that? Can you deal with your girl knowing everybody in the club?
I feel like no.
I feel like
I
that's gonna
don't
get
think
to
I
you.
could deal with that.
And
Just
then
being
you're
honest.
out, and everyone's like,
yeah, I would feel
"Oh."
lame. That I would feel like a cornball. There you go.
And everyone probably be looking like,
Girl, you got a man and you still working in the club. He ain't saved you yet. Oh, he can't save me. Well, what are you doing with him? Like, mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of
they can
pressure
talk
dating
bad
a-
about you. That is
a
a lot
dancer.
of pressure.
But girls do it to date all the promoters or something like that. Girls love dudes who
Did I have
out
a promoter?
and about.
I
I'm
used
just
to.
saying, not a promoter, a club owner,
Club
manager
owner.
in the
Now we're
club.
talking.
See, yeah, Kiki of the upper echelon. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
You
I
better
don't want to
be.
have a
What
list.
about the bus boy?
I'm too
What
old.
about the dude who
I'm
take
too
out the
old for
trash?
that. I've passed that phase of my life where we
They
got
got
to
a
be
voice,
falling in
too.
love in the struggle.
They
do.
matter.
They do matter. But that's friend zone right now. This phase. It just is. What
Look, it is what it is.
I used to be a bus boy. I used to bus tables, all that, take out trash, everything.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's an
It don't
honest
sound
job.
like it.
But it's an honest job, and I do respect. I'm not gonna be like, ew, boy, you be picking up dishes after people. I can't talk to you. Like, that's not me.
I
but
used to mess with one of the bus boys in one of the clubs, and I was like, didn't nobody know?
So you kept it on
What
the low low.
club?
I did. I kept it at the low because he was
Like,
a
girl,
bus
I'm
boy.
smashing the bus boy.
It's just I'm not looking at
$2
this.
an hour.
When I walk in a club and I'm trying to eye who I want and who I'm gonna practice giving
You're
the
not
eye
looking
to,
in the kitchen,
I'm not
like-
looking in the back room.
I'm just saying, but the bus boy might be the one. You
He
overlooking
might
him
be. I'm not gonna see him
for the
now.
bad guy. See, now you don't miss
Corny
out.
dudes might be where it's been at this whole time, Kiki.
You overlooked your Russell Wilson
But
to get
how,
your future.
how do I get past those ugly laughs? I know my laugh can be ugly, but the laughs at your own jokes and stuff like that. Because sometimes I'm just like, that's your personality. And I don't want to tell you you're not funny, but you're not funny to me.
I have some extra Percocets. You could take them and just every time you
I
have
can
to
get you
meet
some
with them.
Xanax too. You can just sleep the whole time. man.
Okay, you little druggies. No, I can just sleep the whole time. Then he gonna be calling me
Or I
lame.
can get you some Molly. You can stay up all night.
Have you guys ever tried Molly?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, I've never tried it.
You haven't?
No.
Wow.
It's a female drug. That is
That's
definitely
what
a
I've
female
heard.
drug.
I was scared. So you know how we talked about like how your personality can kind of change when you drink?
Yeah.
You know, I just turn into a little hot tamale sometimes when I drink. And I'm just like, ugly guys become fine. We go together. And I'll tell them I become extremely aggressive. And it's just like, you're coming with me. So if I have Molly,
It
I
just
feel
makes
like it's
you
gonna be
super
times
happy
10.
and
Yeah.
energetic, and you just have so much energy.
Man, you be so happy.
You're so
You
happy.
so happy. I was in Walmart on the Molly just smiling. I'm looking for gift cards. She's like, we don't have any more. I'm like, thank you so much.
and it makes time
It don't
go
even
by
matter.
super slow. You feel like the
that's
time's
what
going by.
margaritas do to me. I feel happy at a margarita. You know, get to giggling, having a good time.
Whatever get you there.
I can't try it. I'm not gonna try it.
It's
Get
definitely
you
a
a
female
Molly.
drug. Don't do it with some creepy dude that you might think you know. Because he's going to take advantage.
might think I know.
He's going to take advantage.
He definitely
Yeah,
is.
he's going to take advantage of that. Trust me.
Pop the Molly, I'm sweating. Woo! Remember
Yeah.
that song?
Did we just see him?
I just saw him in the parking lot. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, he was swinging out, and I was like, "Whoa, let me back up a little bit. I was coming in. Sorry, bro. My bad.
I
My
will
bad.
fall out this car. Take
I
your
sure
money.
will. Whatever you got left."
What else? What else goes on this corny branch?
Corny. Let me ask y'all this. Just because he broke, is he corny?
No,
Absolutely not. Now that no.
No.
I don't think that. I think
Or if he got a regular job, could he work at
No.
Walmart or something, is he corny?
I don't think so. I think that now it's corny when you're trying to act like something that you're not. Like if you do have a
Yes.
regular job or you are broke and you trying to act like you do have money, then it's like that's when you fall. And it's
That's
like, this- Why
corny.
weren't you just honest?
like the dude who took me to somebody else's house Tay, this dude that I met
That's corny.
is corny because he took me to a house, said it was his. Hey, you know me. You know I'm nosy. You know I'm going to do my fact checking. I pulled the property tax records and found out whose house it really was.
Only a woman.
And the crazy
Only
thing
Kiki.
was,
I wouldn't even thought to do that.
I needed to know, and he wasn't telling me the truth because I was like, well, hey, you told me you lived on this side of town, and this is like totally opposite. And he says, oh, that's my other house. Your other house. I don't think you balling like that. And then it's like you driving on these cars like they're yours. They're not yours.
That's corny.
Yeah,
That's
that is
corny.
nice.
Like, don't do
He
that.
trying to fake it till he make it.
Because you know what? To me, he wasn't like fine, but he was cute enough and he was cool enough, like conversation wise, that he could have had a regular car. It's not like I'm out here balling and stuff.
You know what
You know?
else is corny?
What?
When you meet like there's like a group of dudes, and one is always like, you know, the leader with
You
all
know.
the money and the pop.
The boss.
You get one of the little rangers, and you like him though, and he is trying to. He always talks about like his rich friend or the friend that plays football. That's corny. It's like, bro.
Or name dropping.
Or name
at
dropping.
Every chance, talking about all the parties you go to. Yes, because get mad at me for saying this. You're the help. So yeah, you're there, but you're there working. That's not the same thing.
Or even if you really are just the friend, it's like, are you fucking? You doing stuff with him too? Like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah, it's like you seem to talk about him a lot more than you talk about anything else. Are you in love, bro? Like, what's good? What's going
I
on?
don't even know what to say about that. I ain't
Have you
never
ever met a guy who did that kind of stuff?
I have.
who just name drop every time?
Name drop, or was like using his friend's stuff or brother, cousin, just trying to get girls off the strength of the hard work someone else put in. Who did you think about?
Vivica Fox's ex-boyfriend. Remember him? Were you with us when he
Oh,
took us all? He
my
was like, I know
gosh.
y'all know who my girlfriend is. And he took out his phone, pulled up a picture of Vivica Fox.
I
and was
wasn't
like,
there,
this
but
is
you
her.
told
And we
me.
were all sitting there like,
Okay.
what do we want to do? Like,
That's lame.
it was super lame.
Yeah, that's lame. I feel you.
And
was
he
funny.
walks
I don't
around.
know nobody who does that though.
Well, that's good. Don't keep those people around you. Those are not good people to have. Then you are going to get corny.
Yeah.
It's contagious.
I feel like I be around a lot of fake people now, man. So
Fake like what?
you know, like they act like they cool with you, but at the end of the day, y'all know we're not really that cool.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just Kiki, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You don't even have to.
And you know what? Sometimes I get when people act that way, but it's like
Why?
it's a hard thing to balance. Like, it's okay to be cordial with people and polite, treat people with respect, and you can even be like friendly. Like, let's say this was a work thing, or maybe you just have a bunch of mutual friends and it's that one girl you really don't like, but you can be nice because she's your friend. I don't like her, but she gonna be around. We can be cool. But then some people go above and beyond, trying to fake like they friends, making jokes, giving you stuff, chit-chatting about life when you know we not cool. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That's kind of corny.
It seems snaky, like you about to do something to me later on or
Yeah.
something.
Then I gotta go Google and find out some dirt. Try not to do that.
I'm not
anymore.
messing with Kiki at all whatsoever. Anything you need, Kiki, just let me know.
Oh, no, I asked Tay if he would beat somebody up for me today, and he said yes. So nice.
You
I'm
better
like,
not
who?
lose.
What you talking
Yeah.
about? Who? I know I'm about to tuck my dreads in my shirt.
Yeah,
Well,
what
I
if
can't
somebody
let them
snatch your
dreads
dress
Grab
out?
you by your
I
head.
can't let them
It's a
get
wrap.
free, boy. It's
It's a
over
wrap.
with. It's a wrap. It's a
Choke
wrap.
you with them dreads.
I seen the video on Instagram, dude getting beat up with dreads. It scared the living
Daylight.
hell out of me.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
that too.
opposite. Mhm.
Yeah, daylight's hell, whatever.
That would be
Medina.
Man.
Okay, so when you were having your little flashbacks where we were talking about the corny dudes, who have you ever tried to like keep it going with a corny guy? Like, okay, he's corny, but let me just see if I can make this work. Or did you drop every single one of them?
I stopped talking. Like, okay, so corny and the too nice. Like the too nice, I didn't drop. The corny, yeah, it was just like I'm not gonna be able to get through this. When I first started dating Carlos, that's my boyfriend now.
Okay.
He was extremely nice, and it was sometimes overwhelming, and I didn't really know how to handle it because I had been dealing with so many horrible relationships that I didn't even know how to deal with the things. And it was not nice stuff where it was like, you're buying me all these gifts and you shouldn't be. It was stuff
Nice,
like
what?
you're opening my car door, and I used to think that was corny.
Really?
I used to think it was corny until it was like, well, this is how men are supposed to treat women. You just didn't know that. And I felt like the corny. Like sometimes Carlos would be like, why are you this is just what I do as a man. Like I'm not trying to get anything else from you. This is just how I behave with women that I care about. So the two nice guys, I've learned to be like, let me just see where we're going with this, because I could be giving you a corny tag and that's not really what you are. But the corny ones who are just super corny, acting like you're somebody that you're not, I can't do that unless I'm using you. Then yeah.
Oh, duh.
Like if you're like a section dude and we're always getting sections and we just gonna come and
I know you scamming.
or I need to use your nice car. Like
Section Bay. That's
Section Bay.
I had a few of those in my day.
And he corny, and you're just like, hey, stop! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
I'm just gonna sit, and then they always want to pull you close or have you sit in between their legs. Actually, I want to stand up. This is my song. Let me. Hey, girl, you want to come over? Go stand by him. Let me introduce you to my friend, so I can go on about my business and go find my next section Bay because you're too close.
Section Bay.
A lot of times when I've dated guys who I thought were too nice and I was trying to figure out, are they too nice or are they corny? Am I still just used to dysfunction? I will admit I like a little dysfunction. Maybe not dysfunction, but a little I don't even want to say drama, because I just like some excitement. That's the word I'm looking for. Some excitement in the relationship. I don't want everything to be like perfect all the time.
Everything to be your way all the time. You want a little bumping heads or something like that?
But what do you mean? Like you want to fight?
No, I'm trying to figure out
I don't want to fight.
Okay.
But have you ever dated somebody who was just like always super agreeable with you? Only wanted to do to me that comes off as too nice, because it's like, I appreciate that you care about, or you're at least pretending to care about what I want to do. But hey, I'm trying to get to know you too. Go ahead and express your opinion. If you hate the restaurant I love, we don't have to go. I can go without you. I don't mind going by myself. You know,
that can make somebody quite mad if you're in a relationship, Kiki. Just
what?
going to the restaurant you want by yourself?
Well, you don't like the restaurant.
They're going to feel some type of way, Kiki.
Well, you can come with me. I'm just saying you don't have to do that. That, to me, that comes off as too nice. As far as
You're a savage, Kiki.
I'm not. I'm actually pretty weak, and I'm working on it. I'll just be honest. I just talk a good game. Now, if a guy, like, what is some excitement I might like? Okay, I do a lot of things that are wrong. And I don't like to be called out about it. I am a person who oftentimes, I realized this today as I was talking to her earlier, I want things my way. And I try to disguise that I want everything my way by just making it seem like this is simply the best option. Like anybody would pick this option. I happen to come up with it. But, I picked this. And so to me, it's like, okay, I want a guy who can call me out on that. Or like when I do something that is wrong and I'm acting like I'm right, because I will do it. I'm not good at admitting I'm wrong. Call me out. And then I can apologize, and you can be angry, and then we can have good sex afterwards. You know what I mean?
I know what you
I
mean.
got you. Yeah.
Because I'm even with friendships, it's like that. Like I have a girlfriend of mine. Her name is Julie. Hey, Julie.
Hey, girl.
I knew Julie was going to be one of my best friends when one time she talked to me. She told me, and a lot of people don't do this with me, and I know when I'm doing it. She was like, "You talk too much," and I was like, excuse me. She was like, yeah. She was like, you're giving me advice, and I didn't ask.
Julie told you.
She does this all the time. We do it to each other. That's how I know the friendship is so real, and it's not like we fall out over it. It's like, wow, you really just said that to me. She was like, you talk too much, and that's why I felt like I needed to just like go away for a little bit, because I didn't ask. I told you a situation, and I didn't ask for advice, and you just started giving it to me, and I was like,
Yeah,
you know what's funny? I was reading the letters.
It makes
we
me want
have
to curse
one.
right now. I just
When that
happened,
I still got a little bit mad, but we didn't like have this whole. I was like, she really felt like that. Tell me, girl.
When she told you, did you feel like you're right, or you like
with the situation? I was like, you know what, you are right, because I have seen me do that before, and it's because I want the best for you. So I'm still don't say what I mean.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
Take it or you don't.
So since that is similar to an advice letter, let's go ahead and move on to Indecisive Diane.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Okay, Diane, what kind of fun date idea do you have for us this week?
Hey, ladies,
it's me, Indecisive Diane. And let me just let you guys know, this date idea that I'm going to give you, it has nothing to do with eating. It has nothing to do with having sex with your mans. This is what you're going to do. You're going to tell him you want to go flying high. Not with drugs, ladies, in a helicopter. So there's this place called Atlanta Helicopters. You can pick the 30-minute ride, an hour ride, or an hour and a half ride. If he has money, make sure you get the hour and a half. So let me tell you about this. Atlanta Helicopters. What you're going to want to do is call 404-500-6468. Set up your date. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let us know how it was. And if you want to, go on Groupon, and they have a ton of different deals for you to go for cheap. And it's so much fun. You get to see Atlanta. If you're not from here, it'll just be amazing. If you are from here, just get the 30-minute ride. Thanks, Diane. No problem, ladies. Bye. She's loud. I'm sitting here like,
is.
That's dope. I like that.
yeah, she be really helping us. Like, she
Yeah.
helps me save my relationship.
That is so sweet of Diane.
That's quite cute. That's cute, really.
Quite cute. Diane. Does Diane come to your house? Does she come over?
No, girl, because she ain't really trustworthy. I'd be like, all right, girl, like, meet me at brunch. You can't come over. You might be trying to steal my man.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. Man is absolutely not necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
The internet, my favorite place to be. And I came across these stories about weird sex rituals around the world. So there's this one. It's in a tribe in West Africa. This tribe is in Niger, which is in West Africa, and they do this like wife stealing ceremony. So let me just tell you what they do. The women in the tribe are all believed to have this strong like sexual power, and single women are allowed to have sex with whoever they want whenever they want. But the married women, and they're usually married off as children, honestly, cannot do that. So they have a 7-day ceremony that's kind of like a rave every year. And the men get dressed up. They wear like all this jewelry and like feathers, and they're really trying to look good. So if a woman sees somebody that she likes at this celebration or this ceremony or whatever, she taps him to let him know that she likes him. This can be a wife or just a single girl. And then if he likes her back, he can take her from the husband, just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
No papers.
No papers.
Is
They
it just
just
for
have-
one night only, or is it forever now?
Forever. Like, they steal your wife. Like, the real Mr. Steal Your Girls are over there in Niger. Is that
That's-
crazy?
That's rude. I'd be like, you better not be
You
at the
stole her from
ceremony.
me.
We got a lot of that going on here.
You ain't lying. I mean, it happens. It happens.
Oh,
They
man,
dress
it's
up in those
crazy.
nice shoes and the Gucci
Listen,
belt.
if anybody ever stole my man, I would be so mad.
You're the one getting stolen.
Oh.
Yeah, you're married and you get to pick the man. And if that man likes you, you get to be like, bye, I didn't like you. I've been married to you since I was 5. It's time to bounce.
Yeah, that sucks, man. That'll suck on my end.
Does that change your mind?
That's crazy.
Isn't it? Okay, so now we have some advice letters from our listeners. If you guys ever need some advice, make sure you shoot us an email, or you can DM us to send the email to cocktails.atl@gmail.com, and our Instagram is @cocktailspodcast. Okay, so
You want to
let's
go
see.
first, or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
This is the one that I said was similar to you and your friend Julie. So it says, "Hi, ladies. I'm having a hard time with my friend staying in their lane. I have a close girlfriend of mine who refuses to mind her business instead of mine. Years ago, I used to divulge a lot of information about my love life, my family, and other stuff. I wanted to share with my friends because when you're young, you think it's a good idea. As the years have gone on, I've learned through experience not to share so much anymore. I don't have any bad feelings towards my friend, but I've got to stop telling all of my business, you know? So one of my friends called me recently and was very upset that I didn't share something with her that had everything to do with me and absolutely nothing to do with her. I explained to her that I like to keep some things to myself, especially if I don't care to hear her opinion about it, and please respect it. Her feelings were hurt, and I don't get why. It's my life, not hers, and she needs to respect my boundaries. Her side is she tells me everything, but I also know that's not 100% true. My question for you guys is, has anything like this ever happened to you? We know it happened to Medina. And whether it did or not, what do you think is the best way to let my friend know politely that I don't have to tell her all my damn business? Sincerely, Nicole. You can say my name because it's fake. Thanks, Nicole.
Thanks, Nicole.
Have you ever been on the receiving end of that, I guess?
Where what?
Where like somebody pulled a you on you, basically. Like, I'm listening to you vent to me about something and I tell you my opinion and what you need to do, and you were really just trying to let it out. You weren't asking my opinion. Or if I came up to you and was like, so I heard you did this, why didn't you tell me that? It was something that was personal, and he's like, well, first of all, how do you know that? Second, why are you talking to I don't want to do it. Because
I wouldn't be like that. But for the first part of it, if you're venting and the person chimes in, I typically, when I do just want to vent, I let that be known before, especially if it's a crazy situation where I would even want to give advice. I'm sometimes like, I just really need to get this off my chest. I'm not even asking you like what you think about it because I know it's crazy. Mm-hmm. That's how I handle it.
Yeah, like, you've done that to me before. Like, I just need to vent. Okay, girl. So I know all I got to do is listen.
Yeah, and it'll really be just like that. Like, and then it's bye. So that's how I would handle that friend if you really want to keep the friendship, because that can get annoying. But then also, if you're one of those people where you always have some crazy shit going on in your life, it's hard not to just want to give somebody advice because you want the best for your friend. You'd be like, girl, you out here just...
You know, I feel like I used to be somebody who gave my opinion all the time and was, because I like to help people. I feel you on wanting to help stuff, but then it's like, I guess as it happened more to me and being on the receiving end of that, like, girl, I didn't ask you your opinion. I really don't care what you think. I learned to stop doing that. So maybe if you have a talk with your friend about it, make sure that if it is something you want to vent about, you vent about. And as far as like sharing stuff that you feel like is personal and you want to keep stuff to yourself, that's just gonna have to be a hard pill for her to swallow, I think.
Yeah.
Because you do want to keep some stuff to yourself. I think it's nothing wrong with not
I keep
sharing.
a lot of stuff to myself. I don't tell everything to everybody.
It's a lot of things that I'm not going to tell nobody. Right. It's like, take it to the grave. I got to put it in that box. I'm not telling you. If you ask me about it, I might not even tell you it happened. Right. I'm going to lie.
Tay, you know, normally we get the guest opinion, but that was such a girly advice
that don't happen
that it was
to
like,
you, huh?
Dudes don't do that. Dudes be like, I'm not telling you nothing.
Yeah, I'm not telling you anything.
Yeah, y'all real secretive.
Yeah,
okay.
I might have just went through something crazy. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, I mean, you might say something to your closest friend, but girls talk a lot. Because we need to.
It's hard to trust people nowadays, though.
It is.
It sure is.
That's the hard part.
You'll
man.
be a meme. You'll be.
Yeah, like, you don't know. We all might be famous one day, and then we use that against us or something.
I think about that all the time. Woo, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
keep it moving.
I'd be like, what pictures is gonna pop up? Hey, ladies.
No, keep sending news. Keep sending news.
I caught. Oh, this is what she said. Caught my mate masturbating on a paid phone sex chat line. A big argument ensued. My question is this as innocent as strip club participation, or is this cheating? I'm asking for a Facebook friend. Girl, you asking for yourself. Okay. Stop lying. Okay, Tay, is that cheating?
Man, it's like the first step to being a rapist or something. That don't sound
what?
Right. Like
a sex chat line? Really?
Who calls a... Bro, we got the internet.
Porn
up. That's what I said.
Yeah,
we got
like www. Come on.
You can get whatever you want there.
I think that's just weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Something's wrong with That's the first step.
It might be cheating because he's trying to actually like. He needs to talk to them. Next, he's gonna need to touch them.
I think he might be on the road to cheating, but I really do think he's just a creep. Strip club participation. What kind of participation are we talking? Are we talking throwing dollars, or are we talking
all of it? Just really being up in there.
Do you feel like that's cheating?
Going to the strip club is cheating?
I'm asking.
Is it?
Nah,
I think it depends on what, because there's different types of strip club goers. There's the strip club goer that just goes to turn up every once in a while with his friends. There's the strip club guy that is in there day shift and night shift, and you got kids at home, and you really don't need to be up in here. Like
if you spend your rent check.
Oh yeah, you tripping.
At the club.
That's a cornball.
That's cornball. Trifling.
That too, but he's corny.
Yeah, like I don't think it's cheating to go to the strip club.
If my boyfriend hit me up and was like, "I'm going to the strip club," I would be like, "Okay, well, who you going with?"
And can you bring me some wings back?
Unfortunately, we all under the age of 30, so going to strip club, that's a part of the culture now. That's
right.
a part of the culture. Like, That could be out somebody's first date for real. Is going to the strip club in Atlanta.
When I first moved to Atlanta,
That's
Medina
true.
took me to the strip club, and that was the
Exactly,
first
like-
time I think I had been to one, and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
The
this is
food good.
amazing!" The chicken wings were
Drunk,
absolutely
you
amazing.
get drunk,
It's
smoke,
fun. It is fun.
girls.
Yeah.
Even
Okay.
girls like girls.
Well, we'll talk about that another day. Okay. But this one, the subject line says, "Is being an opportunist that bad?" Before you roll your eyes, hear me out. I dated a guy who did me wrong many years ago. We were friends first, and trying to make it more really messed things up. Now we have reconnected on the friend level. I found out that he's been battling depression and has been for years. He calls me a lot to talk when he's really feeling down, and I feel guilty ignoring him, so I answer when I can. It's time consuming to listen to his problems all the time, and at first I felt like it was all very one-sided. I told him this one day when he seemed to be feeling okay, and he apologized for being selfish. Ever since then, every time we meet up to talk about his problems or he calls me for these long-ass vent sessions, he either gives me cash or when I check my account, I see that he sent me some money. I asked him what was up, and he said he just wanted to do what he could to help me since I'm helping him through his hard time. He'd rather give me money than pay a therapist because he doesn't believe that a stranger can really help him. But I'm not really a head doctor, so I don't think I'm actually helping, and I do think he needs professional help. I feel bad that I'm taking the money, but should I? I was doing it for free for a minute, and it's not like I asked for it. What would you do? P.S. He's not hurting for money, and it's not like he dropped millions, but the money has helped me a lot. He did do me wrong back in the day, and I'm starting to feel like I'm just getting my reparations. Sonny,
Take the money.
take the money. If he don't want to go to the doctor, you not taking the money is not going
And
to
this
make
isn't
him
her
go to the
boyfriend.
No.
This is her
Don't
friend.
sound too bad
This is
to
her
me.
friend. She dated him back in the day. He did her wrong. Now they just friends again.
He gonna try to squeeze back up in there though. Sonny, be
He
smart.
is.
Like
Well, how
when
much
dudes
is
give you
he
money.
And if you feel bad about him, tell him that he can call CockTales and we can help him, I think. And he can just sponsor some episodes so
Yeah.
he's getting something
Absolutely.
for something. You know, good luck to you. I think you should keep cashing in and pay off some debt or something. Pay a
Yeah.
student loan back.
I'm
you
telling you.
found a winner, girl.
That don't sound too bad. Let's do it.
I know, right?
If I want fuck, I'm gon' fuck 'em. But if he ain't got a buck, I won't cuff 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Want a double D, so stuff 'em. Back to the point. Is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably stick this ass in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, was a hoe, was a
Now it's time for cocktails. Do you want me to go first?
I'll
Or
go
you want
first.
to? Okay.
I was like going back and forth in my head, like which one do I want to tell? Because this is a current one. So this is the one I'll tell. Carlos and I were having a conversation a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, you want to go look at wedding rings? And I'm like, yeah, let's go look at wedding rings. Like,
How exciting.
yeah, but I was like, we're just it wasn't like a thing where we were talking about. I was like, I just never tried on rings before with a man. I've gone by myself before and looked crazy, but
All right.
so so we go to the mall and we're just like looking at wedding rings, and I was really turned off by the way the woman that was there selling them was. I was just like, wow. I was like, if you ever do propose to me, I need you to really take, like, you have to go into this with all of your heart and all of your brain. Like, you can't, the way that she was just trying to sell a ring. I want the person to really buy into our love story. Like, I was just turned off by the whole business. So we get in the car and I was like, why don't we do something really cool? Like, way more important than a ring. He's like, well, what else could we do? I was like, well, what if you took a piece of your rib out and we made rings from your rib? And he was looking at me like,
Like how we're looking at you?
exactly.
Medina.
But he was like, okay, so you
Your
want me to
rib?
undergo surgery? And I was like, but just think about the message there. Like, we're at the wedding and we're like, my man, he went into surgery, took a piece of his rib, and that's what's on my hand. No little African children died for my ring. Like, it was just his rib.
You could also get a ring that doesn't have a gemstone if you don't want the African kids
He was
to
like,
die.
I don't know about that. I said, well, we could also do a tooth.
That's out there.
We just kind of stopped
A
there.
tooth?
It was like-
That's out there.
he was like, you want me to take? I was like,
So, what in your mind, if he gave you that rib ring, were you going to take a piece of yours out to give to him?
well, I was just thinking like he could just like
He could just do it.
yeah, like
The man
The man.
created me from his
rib.
rib.
So we gonna use
and
your
I
rib.
just was here. So
Right.
you can get a gold band.
So he got to take a rib out to make 2 rings.
That's what we were wondering. Like, we were really like, I wonder how
That's
many.
what you were wondering. He wasn't wondering.
You the only one thinking about that. clearly.
Who has ever thought about that? You need to stop following Kevin Hart talking about his rib all the time.
That's funny.
That's my cocktail.
All
That's
right.
funny. That's really out there.
It is.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, so I'll do mine. So I think I told you guys one time how a guy was bragging about cooking for me back in college, and he like boiled some noodles.
You did.
Yeah,
Put
I
the
do
sauce.
remember that.
Yes. Okay, so I figured I'm older now. Maybe I can try this again. So I met a guy, really nice. We went out a couple of times, and then he invited me over to his house, and he was going to cook for me. So he's been bragging about his cooking. So I'm like kind of excited. Like, you seem like you might be able to cook. You're pretty big. So, I don't know if you're eating out or you're eating good. What's going on? So I go to his house. And he had already started cooking. It smelled good. And I was like, dang, this smells familiar. So it was spaghetti. Why do people keep trying to make me spaghetti?
What's wrong with spaghetti?
I don't even like spaghetti like that, but that was what the other dude was
I like
trying to
spaghetti.
do.
Me too.
Now, I will say this time
Good spaghetti.
there was meat in it, right? Y'all, I think I had food poisoning. I was throwing up.
Meat all
I was on the
undercooked.
toilet. Not only was the meat undercooked, it was old.
I'm done. Don't cook for me.
And I said, you are so disrespectful. You have my insides in knots so that you could cook me a little meal? Like, and spaghetti. I would have rather have done that over something that actually tasted good.
Wow.
So naturally, he won't be getting a second date.
He got
Well,
that
a
ground
third
beef from
date.
Big Bear on County Road.
What is Big Bear?
Y'all don't know what Big Bear is?
No.
Oh, I am such a hood dude. Oh my God.
That's
We're
a
That's
also
store?
not from here.
That's like a meat store?
it's like basically like a Winn-Dixie or a Piggly Wiggly, but it's on County Road by South DeKalb Mall.
Absolutely not.
And you
by
get-
South DeKalb Mall.
but you get a whole pack of turkey necks for like $2 or something.
No. Whole
Good
Foods,
meat.
Sprouts. That's where we'll be.
Yeah, that's my grandma. She told me to take her to Big Bear like every Thursday.
Grandma, take her to
Aw.
Whole Foods.
Yeah,
Tay don't even eat like that no
yeah,
more.
I don't.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Tay.
Yeah.
You got a cocktail?
So this is a true story. For real, this is a true
They all
story. This,
work.
this kind of tripped me out a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. But I had recently came in contact with this girl from high school. I graduated high school 10 years ago. I'm getting old.
Fling.
I'm getting old. So I look at her on Instagram, like she's doing quite well. She's doing good. She got kids, all that. So we get up. I ended up smashing the first night. It was crazy. So I ended up smashing the first night. She was like, she called me. She was like, man, we not supposed to have did that. Like, I
Girls
don't know.
love doing that.
Yeah,
I
that shit
don't
was-
do that no more. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's
it was
crazy.
fun. You want to do it
Yeah,
again?
it was crazy. She was like, we weren't supposed to do that. It was just something from high school. I just wanted to get it out the way or something like that.
She's
So-
been holding on for years.
Yeah, I had the effect on some people.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't mean to brag on myself, but
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's
But nah. But no, like so I told her, we can get up, go out or something like that. So one day she told me to pick her up from a job, but she never told me where she worked at.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I'm like, oh man, she like Instagram is the devil, man. It'll make you thinking somebody really doing something, but they really not. Like they really struggling, probably just as bad as you or worse.
They just got the right app to edit their photos.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come pick her up from a job. She was like, oh, I work at a restaurant. We ain't got to worry about food. I got you. So I pull up. She pull
I'm
up at.
scared.
Me
For
too.
real, I pull up. She works at.
Subway.
No, she works at McDonald's on Jonesboro Road by Home Depot.
Is she the manager?
No, she's not a man. She worked the I
drive-thru.
think yeah, she does the drive-through. And I was like, damn. I didn't want to be lame and be like
And treat her different.
and treat her different because she work at McDonald's, but I was like, I really can't date no girl who just
Working at McDonald's.
working at McDonald's. And this 10 years, that's a high school job. I hate to say it that way. I guess I'm a few steps working at McDonald's myself. But man, I couldn't do it. I felt bad. Like
Did you tell her or did you just stop?
I still talk to her, but I do not come over anymore. I don't do none of that.
Did she bring you some nuggets?
Now she
What
bought
did
me
she
like a
bring
Big
you?
Mac and some fries and a Coke. Now the fries and the Coke cool, but the Big Mac you can kill me with that.
Yeah.
I'm not eating.
You
Those
literally
fries
can-
might still be in your stomach. I don't know how long
You're
ago
right.
this was.
McDonald's is horrible. I feel you, but it just really threw me off. I really
Is she
thought
super pretty? Like I'm trying to like.
she's an okay girl. Like I don't.
Like,
it's
but did
not
you
all
look
the
at her
way-
afterwards? Like, okay, I do see.
I thought
I see how this happened.
I seen a little bit of potential. I was like, oh man, she got something going.
I'm so sad. I'm
She
not.
had her edges.
Man, she
Eyebrows were full.
like she had when we
Dang.
smashed, she got a bed with a bed frame. A lot of these girls just got the bed on the floor. She had all that. You know what I'm saying? Like she had all that going.
So
Hey,
you
on
back?
the
You
floor.
going back to the strippers?
Yeah, the strippers are winning right now.
They winning. Look.
They
Me and my homie just talked about that. Strippers are winning right now.
But you know what? I'm just glad to know that we had a man on here who was saying that, you know, it might sound bad, but I don't want to date somebody who's at this point in their life.
Because women get looked at so wrongly when we say stuff like
Yeah,
that.
every time I say something, somebody's rolling their eyes.
It's the truth. Like I feel like we kind of elevated from that. Like,
Yeah.
we need to be doing something
Yeah,
bigger and
everybody's
better.
on we're on different stages. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna read a cocktail from a listener.
Okay.
He titled this "Burned" and he wants to remain
Ooh.
anonymous. Yeah.
A guy sent it in. Burn. This is going to be bad. Hey, Usher.
I'm telling you, herb.
Ooh. So he says, so I've been dating this woman for like 5 months. Fell in love with her and her kids, busted my ass. I'm sorry. This is the way it's
Sometimes
written.
people
Yeah,
have typos.
Busted my ass
That's a
off to
dude.
yeah to make sure she had stuff she needed and wanted. So, you know, when I didn't have money or anything to give, she would ask these so-called guy friends for money, and I already asked her, how you gonna pay them back if you don't have a job? So last week I had to rush her to the ER because her stomach was hurting really bad. So we get there and they do a bunch of tests, and it turns out she had 3 infections, a UTI, gonorrhea, and something called
Trichomoniasis.
trichomoniasis.
Trichomoniasis, maybe.
Something trick.
Trick.
So I had to get tested. I had a small case of trick, but thankfully with the meds, I'm now clean. But she is still messed up. So I texted one of those dudes, and he told me he has been buying sex from her. LOL. That's not funny.
It's not.
And I was a sucker because I knew and denied my gut feeling. Once again, nice guy finishes last.
Yeah, that's a
That's
cornball,
a
bro.
cornball.
Dang,
Yeah,
that was
that's
corny.
That was corny, bro.
I wish, could you write us back? Because I have a question for you, sir. When she was calling these guys for money, when y'all didn't have money, did you really think they were just letting a girl without a job borrow money?
I think he knew, but he just accepted the fact. Like, maybe if I don't ask, I really don't know.
My dude wouldn't even. If I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go ask one of my old homeboys," from
I'm
I'm like,
Smack
"No,
in the
you're
face.
not." Like
What?
what? Like there would be a case of abuse happening.
Yeah, you're disrespecting me. Like,
There's
that's
There's
a
a
sign
lot of
disrespect.
STDs to have at
Yeah.
once too. Gonorrhea, trick, UTIs.
Y'all talking about math. I'm talking about trigonometry and everything. I'm like, what's going on? What is going
we
The
gonna
on?
pray for
smells
you.
coming out of there had to be,
Yeah, something.
Atrocious.
Yeah, something.
and they
wild.
were paying for that. I have so many questions. Please give us an update, and I hope you moved on.
Yes.
And trust your gut.
And you
Yes.
know,
I
we
mean,
did-
that wasn't an advice letter, but trust your gut. You need some advice.
And
This is a
take your
time.
antibiotics. Take your antibiotics.
Yeah,
Make
the
sure
whole
you
time,
eat
no
before you take
alcohol.
them.
And if you are located in Atlanta, maybe we can set you up on a date with Kiki because
F you almost cussed you out. No.
Yeah,
No.
Kiki face. I wish people could see Kiki face.
Ooh,
with
they
that.
can see it. They can
Yeah.
see it this time.
Oh my god.
You tried it. I'm going to set him up on a date with you and tell him where you
Oh my
stay so
God.
Carlos
Oh
can
my
beat him
God.
down.
Plan, sir, we
I'm
wish
sorry.
you the best.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
good
do
luck
though.
to you. I just can't.
Good luck, dog. Don't fall
I'll
for the
run you
same
over.
thing. Don't fall for it
run you
again.
Now,
Don't do it.
Woo. So, if you guys ever have a cocktail that you want to send in, you need advice, you even have a suggestion about something that you want us to talk about, guest anything, you can't just come on here. Just come on here.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you have an idea, let us know. Email us cocktails.atl@gmail.com. Thanks again, you guys, for listening. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, like the videos, like all that.
Yes, and make sure y'all follow us. I'm
Oh,
at
yeah.
Coffee Bean Dean.
And I'm at Kiki Said So.
And I'm shaking my head down. Tay, just follow me.
Yes, and of
Yeah.
course follow the Cocktails page at Cocktails Podcast.
Definitely do
Yeah.
that. Definitely do that.
Laughs all day. Hello, we post funny stuff.
Yeah.
And there's cute pictures of us littered throughout.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.